videos ago, I showed you a luxury condo in the upscale part of Merida that also came with a fancy price point. And so in this video, we're gonna show you still in the fancier part of Merida, going a little more south from the Montes. Let's talk about the Altabrisa region for just a moment, and I think you're gonna love it. Altabrisa is another neighborhood that I fell in love with, where Monte de Ames is, I think, predominantly a residential kind of area surrounded by multiple malls. Altabrisa is a much more kind of industrial location, so it has its own mall.
And it is your quintessential mall. Everything you could ever think of is in there.
It's got a nice playground for Alex with a dog park. You have some major restaurants, you have the Walmart. Just overall, this felt much more comfortable from a me perspective. I was much more comfortable in Altabrisa than necessarily the Montes region, but we're also very close. Now, the Altabrisa area tends to be similar price range to the Montes. It tends to be a little more pricey. And so especially because the sticker shock, if you will, of the Buyan apartments was pretty noticeable, I think, to Barbie. She then showed me Colonia Maya, which is a residential neighborhood next to Altabrisa. So you've got arguably within walking distance, although realistically, depending on the heat of the day, you may still want to take an Uber, but you're within 20-minute walking if you wanted to walk to the Altabrisa Park from the majority of Colonia Maya. And so Colonia Maya, predominantly a residential area, has all these homes that are much more affordable. And so she showed me two homes in this area. She showed me a townhome and then a regular house. And I think Barbie hit the nail on this neighborhood when it comes, again, just to my personal preference.
Colonia Maya, it is very close to Altabrisa. Where Altabrisa, you have your malls, shopping, car dealerships, everything you needed right over there. I couldn't find any rentals when I was looking, but this was an area I was desperately trying to be in.
So let me show you the townhouse that Barbie showed me first.
Over here, this is Colonia Maya, one of the nicest townhouse. And it's just 2 blocks far from the avenue over there also. It's more close to the mall. It's a really fancy, the Coast El Dorado townhouse. It is just 6 places over here in the whole complex, and they have gates on the both sides. Yeah, it's kind of like an industrial look.
I agree, yes.
So this is the place. They're doing maintenance now in this moment, cleaning and all this stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna introduce you one of my best realtors.
Oh.
If you deal with her, she's Laura, and she's from Bastet Home. She's really trustworthy. So if you visit a place with her, she's really nice. AC in the living room, dining room.
Yeah.
And this is a really modern look.
I love
like
it.
You can see.
I do tend to prefer homes that have a separate living area from the sleeping area. So I like this layout just in general.
The kitchen.
Now we have the gas stove that I much prefer.
They have laundry, which is washer and dryer.
Oh, nice.
So you see they have the outside space over here, some small garden that you want to pot something or plant or whatever, you can do it. Oh yes, have back here.
I feel like Mexicans must have better balance than Americans because we always want to rail.
We're used to balance with tequila, so I guess we have better balance.
Very important skill.
Oh, you have a balcony over there.
Oh, beautiful. Upstairs, there are 2 bedrooms, each with its own bathroom and large closet. Both bedrooms have their own little balcony area, which I also appreciate.
I think I have a other bathroom.
The feature I kind of fell in love with is the rooftop. I can see so much potential with the rooftop. Once we get a little shade up here, I think, yeah, the rooftop, that'll be the place to be. This place felt so much more like a potential home to me. I can see myself living here. I like the roominess. Now let's move on to a house also in Colonia Maya that Barbie showed me.
It's Colonia Maya, but it's really close to Altabrisa. It's just in the same area, you know. If you're looking over there, it's kind of like a 2 blocks far from the Altabrisa Avenue, so it's walkable distance over there. This is kind of like the modern style. They rented half of furnished, which means with beds and fridge and stove. Buenas. Buenas. ¿Qué tal? So, like you see, this house is a really modern. This is not a really modern neighborhood, but the owner just renovated the house. And we used to have a client here with a huge door. So this is a pet-friendly place.
Nice.
Yeah, and then this is sort of, this is not really common. This place has AC in the living room and then,
Wow.
which is really cool.
Yes.
And you can see this is the kitchen, modern style, you know, really wide, fridge and stove, really basic.
Nice.
And this could be closed over here if you want a little bit more, you know. This place is completely available, so it's ready to leave.
Again, we have the gas range, gas oven, which I much prefer.
Half bath, perfect.
This is the main room.
Wow, it's roomy.
And closets.
First of all, this master bedroom is huge. So I can absolutely see myself creating more of a studio environment, maybe with that extra space that's there, and especially separated from the rest of the house so Alex could potentially have friends over and I wouldn't feel like I'm confined to a bedroom. And if I don't do a studio, I would put like a couch or something to make it, again, this second living space for mom while Alex can enjoy the rest of the house.
Their own bathroom.
Nice. I always love when they do these designs in the bathroom. The tiles. I love it.
All the appliances are inverter. So inverter is the technology that they use for saving some power. This is the laundry area. This house don't come with washer and dryer, which also is not as easy to find. This is a water heater. Almost all the houses come with water heaters.
There's a reason why Alex is not here. It's because he
For the
might
pool.
make me pick a house and go, Mom, but it has everything. And I'm like, it does. I'm already very tempted.
The upstairs.
I'm such a fan of having open closets where I can see everything at once. Yeah. But I do like the view.
So This was a partially furnished home, so the upstairs 2 bedrooms had no furniture in it whatsoever. I think this is something I would absolutely work with Barbie to possibly negotiate, getting a similar bed that's downstairs, upstairs for Alex. If I'm paying for furnished, I want the whole thing furnished. And now I think every room literally had an AC unit, which was a little bit daunting for me. I feel like that's too much AC in the house.
And it's a 2-car garage, I think.
Yeah,
it's very big.
2-car garage. Easy. Fit in 2 cars over here, and it's electric gates over here.
Yeah.
And that's the service hall, you see? So almost all the houses with pool has a service hall. So in that
they
way,
don't
first
have
of
to
all,
go
it's
through the
not
house.
attaching to the other house next to, so that means that you don't live wall by wall.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's you have some space, and also because the service can go here, don't need to go through the house.
Nice, nice. Beautiful car, Merida moves.
Yeah.
This is the home that really made me ponder, like, ooh, this one. I liked the pool at the back, the yard for Henry. I really liked the service entrance to the pool. The way the pools work here in Merida is at least once a week, especially if you're swimming in it every day, you're gonna want somebody to come over and clean that pool. It does not necessarily cost a lot. So it's not necessarily cost inhibitive, but again, you have to have somebody coming through your house to get to the pool. So the fact that they have their own entrance just felt less invasive in general. So yeah, this house made me pause. This house made me grab Alex and talk to him about, is moving to Merida a real thing for us? Is it something that we would ponder? Because
And how much do they cost? Both homes cost the same amount, and they are both 16,000 pesos a month, or approximately 800 US dollars. Guys, my rent in Florida was 1,400 US dollars, and honestly doesn't compare to either home. This is totally a price tag I can handle.
that video is coming shortly, but for now, this is what I looked at. These are the 3 homes. The house definitely appeals to me so much more. This was a really great trip to Merida. I'm so glad I came here, not just for residency, but to again have the opportunity to look at Merida with new eyes. Having more Mexico experience really makes me appreciate Merida for what it is. And if you haven't seen it before, when I lived in Merida the first time, I did an interview with Barbie about Merida, about moving to Merida, the things you're going to want to take into consideration, the things you're going to want to be prepared for. It is my absolute favorite interview that I've ever done. You're going to want to check that out to learn more about living in Merida just in general and to get to know Barbie a little bit more.